Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are joining from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed. If you are joining me from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, or any part of the world, I thank you very much for your contribution. Please, each time you watch my video, go to the comment section and put down your comments. That is where we learn from each other. We learn a lot from the comment section. I don't speak alone. I am speaking with you. You can equally contribute. You can criticize if you so desire, but do it constructively so that we can learn from one another. That is why we are here. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, you have to say what is happening in your own area. Whatever happens, if you see something, say something. Don't be silent. We cannot allow the conventional media to continue to change the narrative. We cannot allow the conventional media to continue to play down the situation. We will continue to bring the situation the way it is and say it straight the way it is without hating anybody. We are not preaching hate speech. We are not talking down anybody. We say live and let live. And for those who say we will not live, just like the Finallay the Nigeria have said, they will not live either.
The Lagos Judicial Panel of Inquiry for the Restitution of Victims of SARS-related abuses has presented the full report on their findings and recommendations to Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
The panel has, as we've seen, submitted two sets of reports, one being a consolidated report on general police brutality cases, which is by the panel, and another report specific on the report of the Lekki incident investigation of 20th October 2020. I'm going to constitute a four-man committee very immediately, which will be led and headed by the Honorable Attorney General, the Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, the Special Advisor Works, and the Permanent Secretary, the Cabinet Office. The four of them will very, very quickly look through and bring forward a white paper within the next 2 weeks that will be considered at the Lagos State Executive Council and will be gazetted as a white paper coming from the panel of inquiry.
The 309-page document revealed that at the Lekki tollgate, officers of the Nigerian Army shot, injured, and killed unarmed, helpless, and defenseless protesters without provocation or justification while they were waving the Nigerian flag and singing the national anthem, and the manner of assault and killing could in context be described as a massacre. The panel also found that the Nigerian police force deployed its officers to the Lekki tollgate on the night of the 20th, and between that night and the morning of the 21st of October, it shot at, assaulted, and battered unarmed protesters, which led to injuries and deaths. It further revealed that police officers also tried to cover up their actions by picking up bullets. The report also stated that the Lekki Concession Company manipulated the incomplete CCTV video footage of the Lekki tollgate in an attempt to cover up, as well as the failure to preserve the scene ahead of potential investigations. The panel made 32 recommendations, some which include sanctioning of the officers of the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Police Force who participated in shooting, injuring, and killing of unarmed protesters at the Lekki tollgate. A public apology to Endsars protesters who were killed, injured, and traumatized by the incident. The memorialization of the Lekki tollgate and the 20th of October. The recognition of hospitals and medical doctors who played heroic roles by saving and minimizing the impact of the injuries suffered by the victims, most of which were on a pro bono basis. The panel recommended various sums of compensation to victims of the tollgate incident, which must be expeditious in order to accelerate the healing process. The report also had a list of 48 casualties and 13 individual petitions in relation to the Lekki tollgate investigation, in which petitioners alleged that they suffered varying degrees of injuries. As regards next steps, the governor awaits feedback from the four-man panel headed by the Attorney General, Moyosore Onigbajo San, to consider the recommendations given by the Lagos Judicial Panel within the next 2 weeks. Shaitan Atigari, Arise News, Lagos.
Those who suffer casualty during the gunshot need to answer some questions too. How are they there? How long were they there? What kind of characters are they? Even though we want to help.
Lekki tollgate to go to the judicial panel to present their evidence or evidences to the world, or simply admit that they've goofed and they have deceived the whole world. Like everyone else, I watched the CNN report yesterday. I must tell you that it reinforces the disinformation that is going around, and it is blatantly irresponsible and a poor piece of journalistic work by a reputable international news organization. In first instance, CNN, which touted its report as an exclusive investigative report, sadly relied on the same videos that have been circulating on social media without verification. This is very serious, and CNN should be sanctioned for that. Were CNN reporters and cameramen at the Lekki tollgate that evening? If the answer is no, on what basis were they reporting? Relying on second or third-hand information and presenting it as CNN investigations? Why didn't the CNN balance its story by showing the compelling testimony of Brigadier General Taiwo before the judicial panel in Lagos? We insist that the military did not shoot at protesters at Lekki tollgate. They fired blank ammunition in the air. Again, anyone who knows anyone who was killed at the Lekki tollgate should head straight.
This is government CCTV footage from surveillance cameras overlooking Lekki tollgate. Recorded without sound, it was shown as evidence in the judicial panel. You see soldiers approaching, firing shots here and here. We lined up the footage and it corroborates our previous reporting to show the first time we see and hear gunshots. Notice the building to the right of your screen. Here is the same moment from that building.
They are releasing fire. They are releasing fire.
CNN geolocated and verified the footage you see to mark the exact time and place. Moments later, more CCTV footage. People alarmed. Here is the exact same moment from the other side of the gate. Shots can be heard. But the CCTV doesn't capture everything. This is what it shows at the time we believe shots are fired towards the protesters. The surveillance camera pans away. But this is what you see on the ground. In videos obtained by CNN, it appears to show the army shooting into the crowd here and again at the top of your screen here. At the judicial panel, the CCTV footage stops at around 8 o'clock. The Lekki concession company says this is because it was tampered with. What it doesn't show is this crucial moment where DJ Switch live streams on Instagram after 8 p.m.
Everybody look at this. These are the bullets that were falling. They were falling by our side that we were dodging bullets.
CNN has verified that these bullet casings are from live ammunition. They are of mixed origin. Some are Serbian. This one from 2005. Former and current Nigerian military sources verified to us that these munitions are currently in use by the Nigerian army. At a hearing for the Judicial Panel of Inquiry, the army made an admission.
The soldiers will be using both live and blank bullets. In this particular case, we saw that these protests had been infiltrated by some hoodlums.
But eyewitnesses and families we spoke to say the ammunition used that night by Nigerian authorities was very real.
This is where I was shot, and the bullet went through my back.
Up until this point, the army had denied they had live bullets at all on that night. It confirms a key finding in our investigation, that there was live ammunition at the scene. This admission is the latest in a series of constantly shifting narratives as to what happened on October 20th at Lekki Tollgate. The Minister of Information and Culture, Mohammed, said that the army fired blank ammunition into the air. He also dismissed CNN's investigation as fake news and misinformation. Now, in the aftermath of our reporting, both the United States and the United Kingdom are calling on Nigeria to ensure that its investigation is free and fair.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. Kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.